You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails, garner great pet tips, and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest today happily wears many collars in life. Apple's former chief evangelist, a best-selling author, social media guru, and my personal favorite, best friend to dogs, cats, and other animals in need of good homes. I want us all to give a very special pause and applause. Welcome to the planet's number one Mr. Nice Guy, the one and only Guy Kawasaki. Hey, welcome to the show, Guy.
Quite an intro, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I worked very, very hard on that. Because you're the man. You're the man, you know. We're going to chat with Guy Kawasaki and find out his awesome efforts to improve the lives of pets. But we got to pay for the show and take a commercial break. So listeners from all over the globe, including the few of you in Singapore, you know the drill. Sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. cattreetray.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Guy Kawasaki is in the house. Yes, listeners, he's the same guy on that original team that created the Macintosh back in the 1980s. He's the same guy who co-founded Garage Technology Ventures. He's the same guy who authored The Art of the Start 2.0 and The Art of Social Media. He's the same guy who delivers more than 50 powerful talks on innovation, entrepreneurship, social media to audiences working for Apple, Nike, Audi, Google, and yes, even Microsoft. Folks, it boils down to this. If you want to get inspired and turn wishful dreams into successful realities, Guy Kawasaki's your guy. He's your go-to guru. It's really clear, Guy, that I could literally fill this entire episode of the Oh Behave Show on just reading your resume.
Must be a short show.
No, man, it would be like a marathon session. But I want to first talk about a pair of canine influencers in your life.
Yes.
Tell us the 411 on Jersey and Bane.
Yes, we have 2 dogs. Jersey is a mixed, and we actually had her DNA sent.
Okay.
And we thought she was a Rot and Bloodhound. It turns out she's neither at all. And I cannot remember the name of her breed. It's a breed I never heard of. So there's that. And Bane is a pug. We think pure pug. We got both of them from the Peninsula Humane Society. We've had 3 dogs from the Peninsula Humane Society at this point.
Okay, now that just tees it up perfectly because you are involved with the Peninsula Humane Society and SPCA, and folks, it's in California's Bay Area, but you're just not one of these right-checking donors. You're a doer. You serve on its all-volunteer board, correct?
Yes, yes. Although I got to tell you, I probably am the least hardworking on that board, but I am on the board, yes.
Yes, but you're there and you're making a difference. And let's do a little brag about this shelter, because I went online, and is this correct? They have some pretty good bragging rights. It's apparent that the Peninsula Humane Society and SPCA have apparently rehomed 100% of all healthy dogs and cats that have been in their care since 2003. That's a 12-year winning streak.
Yeah, this is the Ritz-Carlton of of animal shelters, believe me. I've stayed in worse hotels than this place, let me tell you.
Well, that's okay. Rich dogs need homes too, don't you think?
That's right. That's how I think of myself.
Well, you've done so much and you keep doing things. I don't know if you do ever sleep, but I wanted to share with our listeners a couple of my favorite Guy Kawasaki quotes. Now, I like the one that says, "Patience is the art of concealing your impatience." So we got the man who said it. So speak, Guy. Tell us what you mean.
Well, I don't know. Doesn't that explain everything?
I know, but
listen, I'm not a very patient person at all, but I've over the years, and it took about 40 of them, figured out how to hide my impatience.
And why is that important in business?
Well, because, things just never go your way in business, basically.
Right.
Maybe I learned this working for Apple. Apple was definitely a psychologically trying place, let's just say.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
So I had to learn patience there, and in a sense, I'm still waiting for Macintosh to reach worldwide domination from 1983 till today.
Well, we can hope. But my most favorite quote from you, "Don't worry, be crappy." What the heck?
Well, yeah, obviously that's a pun on Bobby McFerrin's song, "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Right.
But the context in which I use it is that when you're developing a product or service, you shouldn't wait for perfection. You should get it out there. Once you think you have this innovation, this leap, Eric Ries calls it the minimum viable product. If I had come up with a clever acronym like that, I would be rich and famous. But I came up with "Don't Worry, Be Crappy" way before MVP came out, by the way.
Yeah. I think we should be having Guy Kawasaki t-shirts with them. I don't know who would be the bigger depositor for you, Jersey or Bane, on the crappy aspect.
Yeah, probably Jersey.
Okay, Jersey. Yeah, I think Jersey is the breed I know as "Who's Your Mama, Who's Your Daddy Dog," the mystery mutt, the canine cocktail. So, it doesn't matter, does it?
You mean their breed?
Yeah. I know you're a Roddy fan. I heard you're a Roddy fan. That's what I heard.
I'm actually, if I went and got another dog, I'd probably get a boxer. I love boxers.
Nice. Tell me about that. Why? What do you think about
Well,
boxers?
our first dog was a boxer. That was a lovely, lovely dog. I like boxers.
I think they're
I like
pretty.
boxers with big heads and square faces, I guess.
And you can teach them so many good paw tricks, too, because these guys are like running for office. They got the front paws ready to go out and greet, don't they?
Yeah, the boxer was a lovely dog.
What was your dog's name?
Rocky Kawasaki.
Move over, Sylvester. We got a better Rocky in the house. That sounds funny. And how did you pick Jersey and Bane as names? I'm just curious.
Jersey came with Jersey at the Humane Society. And Bane, my kids named him after the character in Batman.
I was wondering. Okay. All right. Well, you're a good dad. And on your website, in case you guys have not heard of Guy Kawasaki, geez, it's GuyKawasaki.com. I'm glad you made it really hard for people to track you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you have fun on your blogs. And, Father's Day, you actually have the official Guy Kawasaki Father's Day gift list. Is there a couple things you want to share from that, or just to other dads?
May I just point out that I think my Father's Day gift list is better than any others I've seen. The other ones I've seen, you can kind of tell that the people really don't own the stuff.
Right.
They don't use the stuff. And, they're picking like special kind of, vodka and all that kind of stuff. And my stuff is for a tech dad. It's, which multi-port USB charger and which humongous battery to carry around to charge your iPhone, iPod, iPad. And it's stuff like that. It's, buy your father a gray card so that when he shoots pictures, the first picture he shoots is with the gray card, so he has a good, stable thing to calculate white balance. And all of these gifts are under $20. And I think these gifts show a much greater insight into a tech dad's world and much greater selectivity than, this 50-year-old bottle of vodka. Although, there may be some dads who prefer a 50-year-old bottle of vodka or something like that.
But there's more tech dads out there, and you just got the cost down for the kids, and it's not the silly tie. And, and I really feel bad for guys on Father's Day because I really do believe they're the ones picking up the check at the restaurant anyway, right?
Yeah. I can honestly tell you that if my kids gave me anything on this list, I would like it. Although I have everything on the list.
Well, you can always have a backup, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. The other day, now I'm really stating my age because somehow AARP, they get you, even before your 50th birthday, they give you a membership in a magazine, right? So in the June issue, I'm looking at it, and it's 99 great ways to save. And there's your friggin' name again. You're giving ideas on ways to save money. I guess you're an AARP partner?
I am. George Takei wasn't available, so they called me up, I think, is how it worked.
Yeah,
or either that, they thought I was George Takei.
Do you get that a lot? Do people confuse you?
Seriously, people confuse me. Well, there's two...
Who do they confuse you with?
Two great stories. So many people come up to me and say, Guy, your books changed my life. And I'm thinking, which of my books changed your life? Art of the Start, Enchantment, Art of Social Media. And they say, yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad just changed my... You clueless white person, you think we all look alike, you think we all sound alike too. So that's one thing that happens all the time. And another thing, another great story, arguably the best Guy Kawasaki story ever.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Okay, so one day, this is about 15 years ago when I had a Porsche, I'm sitting at this stoplight and I look over to my left and there's this car with 4 teenage girls and they're smiling, they're laughing, they're giggling, making eye contact, and I think, oh my God, I finally arrived, even teenage girls know who I am, right?
Right.
And so one of them motions to roll down the window, so I put down the window and she leans out of the car, she says, "Are you Jackie Chan?"
Oh no. How did you respond?
I laughed. What could I do?
Yeah.
Ever since that day, my goal has been for Jackie Chan to be confused with me when he's driving his Rolls Royce or whatever he drives.
This humble radio station and Behave, we could get Jackie on the show and we could set that up. We can make that happen. Yeah,
we'll
I think we should do that because I think you deserve it. You do so much, and it is silly when people confuse people with other things. But at least you're not being confused with a mass murderer. I mean, you got an author, you got Star Trek, and you got Jackie Chan. I mean, come on.
I do my own stunts.
You do your own stunts?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid to ask what kind of stunts you do, but
rightfully so.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of mentors you've had in your life, and I know you reach out to teachers and things like that. But let's get down to the canine basics. What are a few life lessons do you think dogs like Jersey and Bane have taught you to make you a better person?
Well, let me just be honest, okay? So the reason why we have so many animals around here and stuff is that my daughter loves animals.
Well, that's a good thing.
So basically, she wants to be a vet, essentially. And so, in a sense, a great part of my motivation with all these animals is to make my daughter happy because I have dedicated my life to making my daughter happy. So...
What's your daughter's first name?
Noemi.
How do you spell that?
Nohemi.
Is that Hawaiian for a certain word?
No, it's Spanish for Naomi.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's interesting. How did you get that name? That's kind of a neat name.
Well, all my kids' names start with N.
Oh,
and
okay.
They're all biblical. So we had to find a biblical name for a woman starting with N. And there are not too many choices.
Okay, so let's do the N game. So let's rattle off the other names.
Nick, Noah, Noemi, and Nate.
You did it. You remembered your children's names. That's very good. You're a good dad.
Ask me their birthdays.
Okay. Ask. All right, ready?
I don't.
No, we're not going to do that. Oh, wait. I think we're having technical difficulties, but let's take a quick commercial break, folks. And maybe Guy Kawasaki will remember his children's birthdays, but for him, it's a birthday every day for all his daughter and his sons, right?
It's good to be my kid.
It is good to be your kid. It's also good to be you. So we're going to find out more about Guy Kawasaki and what he's up to after we pay for this show by taking this quick commercial break. So sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. Oh Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is Steve Wozniak, and I would love to invite you to listen to the O Behave Show by Arden Moore on Pet Life Radio.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to O Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Guy Kawasaki. Yes, the guy. Not Jackie Chan, not George Tak. We're talking the man. The man. The guy. It's how I always pronounce his name wrong. Takei. Like, he's not going to decay. He's going to Takei, right? He probably will never be on my show now, right?
No, probably not.
I can't even do my fingers the right way for the greeting for Star Trek, so I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless. But you've done a lot, and you give talks. You're really helping a lot of entrepreneurs, and I don't know if there's some words of wisdom, but you did some kind of talk, and I understand some lessons that the late, great Steve Jobs taught you. And there was something involving a light bulb and Microsoft. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. I teed you up. Yeah, I'm teeing you up, man. Okay,
so at the Macintosh division back in the mid-'80s, we're probably the greatest collection of egomaniacs up until the mid-'80s. Probably Facebook has broken that record now, but we were the record holder. And so the Apple II division people who didn't have the same kind of benefits that we did, and basically they made all the money, but we spent all the money. So they made this great joke about us, like how many Macintosh division employees does it take to screw in a light bulb? And the answer is one. The Macintosh division employee holds up the light bulb and expects the universe to revolve around him. So the Microsoft version of this joke is how many Microsoft employees does it take to screw in a light bulb? And the answer to that is none, because Bill Gates has declared darkness the new standard.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good. I mean, you think about your life. Do you ever like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've done things like I have. You've had successes. You've got a pretty good batting average, but I think it's also good learning from some oopses and failures, right?
Well, how long is the show?
You're good, man. I mean, I think you can help some folks out.
Well, in one sense, listen, I'm the guy who left Apple twice. If I had stayed either time, I probably wouldn't be on this radio show because I'd be retired and unavailable. My people's people would be talking to you.
And you'd probably be bored too, wouldn't you?
Well, that's true. And, one can't think about those kind of things too much.
We had Wozniak on. We had Woz.
Wozniak is really, I think, sort of the purest essence of Silicon Valley.
Okay.
There's not an evil bone in his body. Engineering, geek, technologist, optimistic, supportive.
Great dancer.
Great dancer, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Compared to, many people in Silicon Valley who are just trying to make a buck.
He also is like you. He's on a board at a humane society.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Which one?
I got to remember. Now you're putting me on the spot. But yeah, he was just like you. He wasn't just writing a check. He's actually there helping build buildings with brick and mortar in his hand.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you should check out. Do you ever cross paths much or not?
Yeah, we overlap at events and stuff.
So are you going to be on Dancing with the Stars too? I mean, he's already set a precedent.
They haven't called me for that, no.
Oh, do you dance?
Well, I don't look for places where I would make an ass of myself.
You could do
happen.
Yeah, you could do privately.
I'm not looking for it.
You could do the Snoopy dance for Jersey and Bain. Nobody has to see it. Just keep all the your tech tools closed so that your children don't post it secretly on YouTube. I mean, how techie are your kids? That's what I wanted to ask you.
They are techie in the sense they use all the devices, but they're not PHP programmers at 8 years old or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't force technology down their throat. They use it to play Minecraft. They're not writing the next Minecraft.
Well, what I'm wondering is most kids know more about their iPads, their iPhones, and everything else than their parents. And here's the flip. You actually got a parent who probably knows more than their kids. I wonder how that spells out.
Not clear. Well, I probably know more about using these things and, installing stuff and all that. But yeah, I know zero about Minecraft. We had a Minecraft birthday party and, I couldn't get to the first level. So.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, my producer, Mark Winter, because he is like the Wizard of Oz. Speaking of Woz, he says that Steve Wozniak is on the board at the Humane Society Silicon Valley.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, there. We found the answer for you. We didn't even have to Google it. My producer has a memory that's amazing. So there you go. How's that?
I'm impressed.
I am too. I like the dude. He's all right. So tell us a little about growing up. You were in some really bad, crappy place like Honolulu. I'm just kidding. But I owned a couple of timeshares when I was really silly in Kauai. I love Kauai, and I've been to Hawaii a few times. But are you a fan of Hawaii 5-0? Do you get back there? What's going on with you in Hawaii?
I was born and raised there. I lived there up till I graduated from high school. Mm-hmm. I go there a couple times a year. My father is still living in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
And I happen to love Hawaii. I don't think I could live there because I speak so often that if I had to add another 5 hours to get speeches, it would kill me. So there's that. And it is a fantastic place. It's hard to describe. I mean, it's even hard to appreciate if you come from there because, you take so much for granted there. But everybody should at least go there once. My God.
Oh, it is heaven. It is heaven. I definitely would agree with that. And before we say goodbye to you, I just want to ask you, what's the deal?
Goodbye already?
Almost. We can keep going. But
God.
What the heck is with you in this evangelist connection? You were the evangelist, with Apple, and now you're with, is it Canva? Is that right?
Yes.
You like that word. I mean, are you secretly a preacher inside?
Well, evangelism comes from Greek words meaning bringing the good news.
Oh.
And so with Macintosh, I brought the good news of creativity and productivity. And with Canva, I'm bringing the good news of democratizing design. So if any of your listeners need to create designs for social media, for email header, for book cover, album cover, website, or whatever, they should definitely look at Canva. I promise you, it is fast, it's free, and it's easy. And, you can probably finish a graphic in the time it takes to boot Photoshop.
Well, it's Canva, folks, and I can give you a testament to that. I'm a pet behaviorist, and I'm a master in pet first aid. So I have a real dog and a real cat in my classes, Guy, including this cool orange tabby from a shelter named Casey, who purrs like a diesel, and my husky golden retriever girl, Chipper. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to give this talk to these kids at the SPCA of Texas. And I made them into game show host, my two pets, because I pimp them out a little bit. I called it Canine Feline Fact or Fiction. And I had to create a poster in a hurry. I didn't know what to do. I went on that site. I got one ready to go and went over to Staples, printed it up. Ba-boom. So they look like game show hosts. They're wearing little bow ties. My orange tabby looks like a feline George Clooney. And Chipper's my older girl, and she's wearing glasses because she wants to look smart. But you're right. That's a great little site to help people out.
Thank you. Thank
you. And none of this was paid for by anyone. This is just me telling you it rocks. So, I think more people are looking for those kinds of places.
Well, good. I that's why I'm evangelist. It's good news.
All right. So we got some crazy things. What's your favorite food? I'm just curious. I'm just going to hit you with some questions. Boom. What's your question?
Favorite food?
Yeah.
Well, since we talked about Hawaii, there's some food in Hawaii that's to die for. So one is a donut called malasada, which is basically sugar, fat, and carbo.
Yeah, baby, the three important
the big
food
three,
groups.
Yeah. Yep. So there's that.
Okay.
There is something in Hawaii made from coconut called haupia, Haupia. There's also something in Hawaii called manapua, It's also called char siu bao, B-A-O. So, I can eat my way across Hawaii, no problem.
All right. Now, are you a fan of Hawaii Five-0? Previous
the
or
new one
current?
or the old one?
Either one. If you had, do you have preference?
I think the new one is kind of fabulous. I would say that the current Hawaii Five-0 has the best B-roll of any TV show in America. Or in the world. What do you think
when they do that, when they do the big scenes and they pan out? I'm sitting there and I pause it. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that sunscreen. That could be on my computer. I agree. It is. B-roll. I think you hit it. What do you think about the characters?
I like the detective, the guy who's kind of out of control,
Dano,
the daughter. I don't even. I'm sorry, my phone is ringing, and I don't know how to shut that off.
That's okay. So, it's probably Oprah. She's jealous because I got you on the show. Move over. Tell Oprah
George
just to hang on.
It's George Takei. He's like pissed off that we're talking about it.
He does have ears everywhere, I heard, too.
That's right.
So good. So you do do you ever do Netflix binging? I'm just curious. What do you do when you have some fun spare time?
I got to tell you, I am so busy all the time. I very seldom get to watch TV, although I love TV. I loved House of Cards, for example, and I loved War. So
yeah, we just had Kevin Spacey is going from being the president to a cat. He's doing a movie called 9 Lives, and Christopher Walken is somehow some evil guy that converts Kevin Spacey into a cat. And
are you pulling my leg, or
I am not pulling your leg. We just had Robbie Amell on the show. He's a up and coming actor, and he's going to be co-starring with Kevin Spacey in 9 Lives. You heard it here first on the O Behave Show. Guy Kawasaki. So guy go from president to kitty. Now there's acting range, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I want to, first of all, thank you very much, because I know your time is at a premium, and you have helped millions of people, a lot of entrepreneurs. You're helping pets. You truly are doing what the definition of being an evangelist is. So in sincerity, I do salute you for that, Guy.
Well, thank you. Take care, and thank you for having me on your show.
Again, we salute everything that Guy Kawasaki is doing for 2, 3, and 4-leggers on this planet. And of course, we can't forget to give a big paws up to our producer, Mark Winter. He is the executive producer of Pet Life Radio. Hey guys, we're the big dogs of Pet Radio. We have over 6 million listeners all over the world. You can tune in anywhere, including iHeartRadio. Check all the great hosts out at PetLifeRadio.com. And until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.